Joining me now to discuss the current wave of security challenges in the country is Senator Shehu Sani. Thanks for joining us on TVC News at 10. Well, there is no doubting the fact that the current level of insecurity in the country is getting very troubling. What are your immediate suggestions for an impressive reversal of the situation?
Thank you for having me. Well, first and foremost, the violence, the bloodshed and the kidnappings going on in the northwestern part of Nigeria has been on for some time, roughly in the last 3 to 4 years. And the one that was familiar with people is the one going on in the northeast, which is the insurgency, the terrorism of the Boko Haram and the ISWAP. Now, in the northwest, particularly in the states of Katsina, parts of Sokoto State, Zamfara, Kaduna, and Niger State, bandits have become an authority and a state within a state. They have killed mass number of people, they have razed villages, and they have displaced thousands of people. And it has reached a point whereby villagers have been selling their lands, their homes, in order to pay ransom. And they have also been imposing levies on villagers. So what should we do about it? First and foremost, we must accept the fact that the security apparatus of the state, those leading it, have failed, both in the defense and the security aspect of the state. And that whatever is done, I have had people saying, we need to change the security architecture of the country, we need to change this and that. But what is most important is that those leading or heading those agencies of security and defense have failed. And the president must take the bold and courageous move in responding to the calls of Nigerians to bring them down and bring in people with fresh ideas, fresh strategies, and new thinking on how to confront these bandits. Without that, it is virtually impossible to do anything. Whatever resolution the National Assembly is going to make, whatever positions that will be taken by the government, as long as those people who are still manning these positions of leadership as far as the military and security apparatus of the states are there, we can't make any progress. So the first step is to make sure that we have new set of leaders heading those agencies to come with new ideas that will address this issue of banditry. It has been going on for a very long time, and the government has failed, and it has failed, and action must be taken.
Senator,
and the president needs to do that. There's no time on our side.
If I may button very quickly, Senator Sani, there are those who believe that those who have been at the helm of affairs have experience, and they should have something to offer.
Well, nobody is saying they don't have experience, but so far they have exhausted all their experience, and that has not been able to produce any result. The buck stops on the table of Mr. President. If anyone is killed, if villages are razed and people are kidnapped, it is still the president that will be blamed. Why should you keep people in the position of authority and they have consistently failed to do what you mandate them to do? So that is the question of it. And nobody is doubting their experience, but their experience has not been producing result.
All right.
That is a fact on the ground.
Okay, Senator. As it stands now, the Senate has summoned the service chiefs and the Minister of Defense. What outcome do you foresee from this interaction, bearing in mind that just last week the president actually failed to honor an invitation from lawmakers, the House of Representatives now?
Well, that is the logical thing to do, to invite them to brief the parliament on what they have been doing and the challenges they have been facing. But from what I know as a former senator, I know that in the last 4 years, defense and security budget has taken the lion's share of our national budget. And they have always been funded. And I have read somewhere in the statement credited to the spokesperson of the president, where the president was saying that he has provided them with everything they need. So if you have been given all you need and you can't deliver in your mandate, you're supposed to be shown the way out. So they will brief the National Assembly, but it still has to do with what the president or what the executive arm can do, and that is that these people have failed and they must be replaced by people who have new ideas to address this issue of banditry.
Right, let's talk about the controversy surrounding the actual number of people abducted from Kankara Friday night. This isn't the first time there will be different figures thrown up in the air, government talking about one figure, the people talking about another figure. How bothered are you that this seems to be the fulcrum of people's talks after incidents of this nature?
Well, it's unfortunate that each time you have killings by the insurgents, terrorists in the northeast, whether it's ISWAP or Boko Haram, and whether you have or killings by bandits in the northwest, what comes next is disputations on figures. Well, it doesn't matter. Even if it is one person that is killed or kidnapped, it's still a victim and it's still a human being. And empathy is demanded with people in the position of power and authority, and action is also demanded. So what figure should we believe? There's a figure from the government, state government, figure from the federal government, but the figure that should be accepted is the one provided by the school authority themselves. And they have said that there are over 300, so it's the one we should believe. And whatever it is, with the claim made by now the terrorists that they were the ones who are responsible, action must be taken, and time is not on our side, because we must step in to ensure that these boys, these students, are not moved outside of Nigeria to Niger Republic or moved to the northeastern part of Nigeria, and that will be very difficult for us to address. So what is needed now is that they should be caged, they should be encircled, and negotiations should continue to see the possibility of getting these students out of the hands of these abductors in a way that will protect their lives and also ensure their safe return. So that is what is most important now.
All right, Senator Shehu Sani, thank you very much for joining us on TVC News at 10.
Thank you for having me.